Hello again, everyone. This is Game Collector here, and this week I have with me Transformers Classics Grimlock. Yes, it's Big Grim himself. Also, yeah, I wasn't lying. You get another Classics this week, too. Let me adjust. Oh. Wow, that was quick. And here he is in the T-Rex mode. He has the legs, posability, and the foot. Thigh, knee, foot. No, that wasn't supposed to do that. He also has little tiny arms. Because T-Rexes have those. And, yeah, even his tail is posable. Because, yeah. Also, there's his rub sign. And if you recall the Bumblebee video, Grimlock's the other figure that has the really bad rub sign. Or was it a... It was one of them. I know it was Grimlock, Bumblebee, and I think Astro Train was the other one. Yep. Yeah, right there. Wrong way. Yeah, that little tab that's pulled up there, it's trying to come off. But does it still work? Yes, it does! Fades out a lot faster, though. And he has a little hole on his back to hold his... I don't know what you'd call this. Is it a gun or a gun with a bayonet? I don't want to call it that one thing that they use in that video game because it doesn't make sense and it has a really bad reputation for not making any sense. Well, it's certainly not one of those because this thing actually has a barrel on it. Yeah, I think it's just a gun with a bayonet. It has a very nice missile. Let's see how far it fires. Or, let's just see how hard it fires. Wow, pretty hard. So, I'll just reload that and set that off to the side, because there's still a bit more to cover on Grimlock's Dino mode, and this thing gets in the way. You can also move the dinosaur head up that far, even though it's not supposed to do that. And the mouth opens, and he has teeth. And also, he has a red gem up there. I wonder what that's for. Oh, look, light piping. Really crappy light piping. But light piping nonetheless. Also, for some reason, if you look at him at just the right angle, his dino head looks like a puppy. I don't know why. It just does. And yeah, it's about all you can really say. It's Grimlock. He's a T-Rex. Time to move on. So, first thing you want to do when transforming him is, well, for one, put the head up and open the mouth. Like that. And, put the arms out of the way. Because this does not transform like the original G1 toy, obviously. You're going to notice that. Next up, the legs. Make the feet go flat on both sides. Straighten them out. And push them like so. And let's not forget to separate them a bit. And just remove that entire tail bit. And fold this in. This will be put off to the side for a little while. turn this section that way, and then pull these down. And oh look, you have legs. Or leg. Okay, forget what I said about the arm. Oh! That didn't happen. You didn't see that. It was an illusion. So, yeah. Let's try that again without that happening, shall we? So, put it back into place. Pull this section down, and then pull these out. So you have leg, and then you have legs. Then you can push that section back and fold it back. Next up, rotate this forward, and rotate that around so it's facing the front. And the thing that held his gun, yeah, that goes to his back for now. Rotate that in, so, yeah, push that in so it's like that. Push that one in so it's like that. Rotate this forward. Get the little T-Rex arms in place. Pull this back out to the side so it's going straight out. Push this onto his back. And fold these tabs in. And there you have Grimlock in robot mode. Now, again, if you're wondering why he doesn't look particularly like his G1 model, it's because this is partially based on his 1980s Pretender shell, if you really notice the chest area here. And this can store on his... the tail can be put back on his back. As can his gun, sword, bayonet, rifle thing. I gotta say, I do like his head sculpt on this toy. Well, I don't like his legs, though. The way they made the legs work wasn't that great. Considering his Fall of Cybertron toy is probably a big step up from this. And yes, even in robot mode, his visor eyes are light-piped in traditional red. Blue, if you ever saw the G1 cartoon. Or comic books. At least I think they were blue in the comics. Not sure. I only had one issue of the G1 comic books. And there's with his gun thing. Bayonet rifle. And even with the nice swanky weapon storage, which kind of gets in the way, his tail becomes a whip, because he doesn't have an actual sword. And no, you can't peg the gun in to make it a sword either. But, yeah. This is the closest thing to a sword he has, is a tail whip knife bending thing. He's a deluxe from 2006 or 5 or whenever. 2006. Get over it. And he doesn't really have a waist, but he has a chest joint. But that's more due to like to transformation, because it's kind of offset. His head can only rotate 300, well, not even 360. Yeah, he can look left and he can look right. I'm not going to try to force it. He has full rotation shoulder. The only problem is this keeps trying to come loose because these tabs don't really secure him, don't secure the arms in place too well. Arm can move outward, and he has an elbow joint and a bicep swivel, which is pretty good for a deluxe of that era. He also has Well, it's really not really all that great. It's kind of standard practice now. It was made standard practice in Beast Wars. Ball-jointed hips for full range movement. And a hinged knee that can go up pretty far because that's also for the transformation. And obviously the T-Rex head is the foot, so whatever range of motion you can get out of that with the mouth open is how far the feet can go back. And you can move the little skirt out of the way to get its legs to go back further. So, yeah, not much else to say. Except bringing up the bio. Which means I have to adjust the camera. Wow, that's a lot of text. Yeah, feel free to pause whenever it's readable. Okay. Tail becomes Smashing Whip. Guardian Blaster, so that's what it's called. And the original one had transparent plastic on the blade. I feel kinda gypped now. But then again, prototype stuff, just like I said in the Hot Rod review. And he even has a little thing on his head. Or a different head. Yeah, it looks like a different head. Because that triangle on his head isn't there, and it's colored in red. Whatever. And then we move on to his tech specs. Strength 10, Intelligence 7? Well, if you went by the bio, he's not stupid. It's just that his speech portion of his mind is screwed up. So anyway, Intelligence 7? Speed 3, Endurance 10, Rank 9, Courage 10, Fire Blast Firepower 8, and Skill 10. He's Grimlock. You're bound to expect those really, really high, nigh indestructible stats. Except for his speed. He's slow. Even if he is big. But then again, when you're big, you really don't need speed. And so that is it for the classics for now. And I will see you next week with a first of 2 parts for Transformers Energon. Let's just put him back together. I'll see you guys later.